Hi, we're here to talk about a sensitive topic today, and one that can challenge you when it comes to compliance and also cost. That topic is employee turnover, people leaving your organization. It's an inevitable fact of business life in terms of people leaving, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, but it leaves a data challenge. And that data challenge is what to do with that data. You may need to maintain it from a compliance perspective. It can be very costly to maintain that data, as we're just about to talk about. And it can also be data that you need to pass on to either the leadership of the person who was in that team or the next person coming in that role for continuity of business. So let's, number one, talk about how are organizations doing that today, particularly when it comes to email and files and things they maintain in M365. Today, in order to meet those compliance requirements, most organizations are keeping active user licenses within M365. They have to do that in order to maintain the data. And as they do that, they're actually hitting challenges of cost. Because again, it can be very expensive to store the data associated with emails, files, SharePoint, OneDrive data within M365. So much so, they can potentially be hit with what we call overage charges. Now, what overage charges are is there is a capacity point at which you're allocated a certain set amount of storage for every user license you acquire from Microsoft when it comes to M365. And again, if you go over that capacity, you start to hit very expensive overage charges. Now, keep in mind, most organizations probably need to keep, because of compliance or continuity of business requirements, data for at least a year within the organization. So this picture, the more levers you have, the more employees going from your business, can add up to significant cost very quickly. So let's talk about the alternative way with Veritas Alta SaaS protection, as we affectionately call ASP. ASP allows you to take the data of those particular employees and move it to ASP. And because ASP has a tiered storage concept, you can ultimately able to move it to very cost-effective storage, much cheaper storage than your frontline primary data sits on. So you can manage those compliance needs, you can manage continuity of business for that particular data, and actually that data can be assigned to other employees, whether maybe the leavers manager, a compliance team maybe for legal discovery that you need to work on that data, but ultimately you can get direct access to that data without continuing to need to store all that old data in M365. That does two things for you. One, it allows you to reclaim those particular licenses, removes that license cost. It also helps you avoid those particular overage charges and storage costs. To put into context how powerful this solution from Veritas can be, we had one customer who was able to reclaim over 10,000 Microsoft 365 licenses thanks to using Veritas Alta SaaS protection to manage their employee turnover data. Again, if you want to learn more about how Veritas can help you manage your leavers data and reclaim licenses for M365, please visit veritas.com.